Aviva Chertok, and I'm a violinist from Chicago. Today's song is called Song of the Wind, and it's in Suzuki Book 1. Here are some helpful practice tips that you can use when you are learning this song. Let's start at the beginning. The beginning of the song sounds like this. There's a couple things I want to mention about this opening. First of all, the first few notes are step by step. That sounds like a scale, and it's actually part of the A major scale. This song is in A major, so what I like to do is actually warm up with the entire scale. So an A major scale has high twos. You can warm up like this. And then go backwards. If you can remember to keep your second and third fingers next to each other, which is called a half step, then you'll probably be set up in a good place to play this song in tune. So you can also try this scale in a rhythm of eighth notes, so double every single note. The second thing I want to talk about is how much bow to use for eighth notes. The beginning of the song starts all in eighth notes, and if you notice, I'm playing mostly in the middle of my bow with not a lot of bow, because you don't need a lot of bow for eighth notes. So observe carefully. I'm probably using about 2 inches of bow, so I would recommend that you stay towards the middle of your bow, not down by the frog, and not too far out to the tip, around the middle, and use about 2 inches of bow. And remember to keep your bow centered between the bridge and the fingerboard. Let's listen to that first passage again. We got to our first different rhythm that's not eighth notes. We have a quarter note, E, and then a rest. Now, because most of the song is in eighth notes, it's actually helpful to keep on feeling the music in eighth notes even when you're not playing eighth notes. What I mean by that is that you want to hear 1 and 2 and in every measure. So the measure before the quarter note, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. That way you'll be able to hold the rest and the quarter note before it for the right amount of time. Sometimes it's helpful to put a word to the rhythm, and for this section I would use the word windy, just because it kind of matches the title and because it has 2 syllables. So the word windy is a good representation of eighth notes. So if you think in your head, windy, windy, you'll be able to play that rhythm pretty accurately. So it goes like this. Windy, windy. And if you hear those words in your head, you'll probably be able to get the rhythm pretty accurately. The third thing I want to mention is that if you have something in a piece that repeats, you want to try and make it sound a little bit different from the first time. So we have this section, and again. The easiest way to make it sound a little bit different is to play it at a different dynamic, at a different volume. So the first time we're playing sort of mezzo forte, so medium loud, and the second time you can actually play it a little bit quieter so that it sounds a little different, and it keeps the audience or the listener engaged when they hear that something changed a little bit. So maybe a bit quieter. Keeps the listener engaged. It sounds like, oh, I thought I knew what that was going to sound like, but it's a little different from before. The last little pointer that I want to give to you has to do with lifting your bow and restarting up bow. We have a lot of that in this piece. We have it during a rest. Down bow, windy, windy, lifting our bow there, and we're going down bow again. The tricky part is in the second half of the song where we don't have a rest, but we do have to lift and go down bow again. So it sounds like this. Here it comes. So what do you do when you don't have a rest, but you have to lift your bow and restart down bow? This is a spot where you can actually cheat a little bit with the music. Technically, in that measure with the E down bow, and then the next measure starts down bow again, in that measure, that E is a quarter note. But if you listen carefully, I'm not actually playing it as a full quarter note. Listen to this. So I actually only played the note almost like it was an eighth note, maybe a little bit longer than an eighth note. And while the note is ringing, you actually lift your bow and start over. So if you lift your bow after playing a note, there's still a little moment when there's some ringing sound. So this is the reason why you can actually cheat a little bit here. And you can lift your bow and the audience or the listener still hears some E, and you've already restarted for the next measure. So it's actually okay to cut that note short a little bit, not too short, and restart. So one more time, you can watch how I do it. You found these 5 tips useful for your own practice, and you'll be well on your way to learning the song, Song of the Wind. If you enjoyed this video, please check my channel for more videos on these Suzuki Book songs.